What if the only thing standing between you and the dream that you are manifesting wasn't money, support, time, or even your age, but your beliefs around them, what you think about these things? Our beliefs decide everything for us. So in today's podcast episode, I'm going to share with you this awesome technique called a belief bridge that is going to help you reprogram those thoughts to step into that life that you are dreaming about. So if you're ready, let's get going. Welcome to the Ignite Your Life podcast. My name is Laura, and I've been a life coach and yoga educator for over 30 years now, and I specialize in helping women in midlife embrace the second half, really rock it out with manifesting, wellness tips, inspiration, all the things. And today we are going to talk about beliefs. Now, super quick, let me share with you what a belief is. A belief is merely an opinion you've held for a very long time. Okay, so we have beliefs around everything. We have beliefs around the best day of the week. Think about it. We have beliefs about whether traffic is good or bad. We have beliefs about whether chocolate or red wine is good or bad, right? That's just your opinion about things. And we also have beliefs about what we deserve, what we are capable of, what we can do, how our life is unfolding. And I am telling you, these beliefs, they're called limiting beliefs, are holding you back. Beliefs affect everything. Everything in your life has a foundation of either a positive belief or a limiting belief. So you know the areas in your life where you have positive beliefs because things are going great. You have a great marriage, you have a great job. You know the areas where you have limiting beliefs because it's a struggle bus, right? This is where you want to manifest. Almost always, let me rephrase, always, where people are looking to change their lives and to manifest something new, it's because there is beliefs that are limiting them from getting what they really want. It is so important to begin to carve out these beliefs because you can't move forward in your life until you do. It really is the most important step in manifesting. I think self-care and carving out your beliefs, if you do both of those things, you are just going to catapult yourself forward. And these beliefs are lodged in our subconscious mind, which means you're not really aware of them, but they are driving the bus most of the time. So stick with me. You have two parts of your mind. You have the conscious mind, subconscious mind, okay? Conscious mind is when you're aware of the moment, right? You are present. You are feeling the hot soapy water on your hands as you wash dishes. You are maybe paying attention to me, briefly at least, right? You're in your subconscious mind when you drive to work and you have no idea how you got there. You have that experience? Everyone has. Whenever I say that, everyone goes, oh yeah, I've done that, right? Where you drive to the store and you don't even know how you got there because you were thinking about other things. You were in your subconscious mind. And when you're in your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind is driving the bus, okay? So all of these beliefs that are lodged there, think of them as files, like a computer file, a programming. All of these messages you've heard throughout your life, some positive, some negative, are what they control your follow through, okay? You are in your subconscious mind between 92 and 96, up to 98% of the time. Think about that. You cannot succeed when you have a belief that is sabotaging you because you cannot stay conscious and aware enough to move forward. You're conscious enough to say, yeah, this is what I want to do, set your goal, I want to lose weight, I want to exercise, I want to start this new business. But then as soon as you fall back into that subconscious mind that says, oh no, you can't do that, you don't deserve this, whatever it is, that's what's driving you forward. And that's what's going to sabotage your efforts. That's when you sleep in. Oh, I didn't wake up to the alarm. Or I don't have enough time, or I'm too old. All of those messages begin to percolate. So you're starting to see where your idea that I don't have enough time, money, support, or my age is an issue is just a belief. Yeah, sometimes maybe you might be too old to be an astronaut. Train's already left the station. But I'm telling you, whenever I work with someone and I say, okay, but what is one thing you could do today to move yourself forward? It doesn't matter if you don't have the money. doesn't matter if you don't have the support. What's one little thing you could do? Everyone always thinks of something. And then they can think of the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. It's just a belief that is slowing you down. That is it. That's why it behooves us to move beyond these limiting beliefs. Now, there's lots of techniques you can use, lots of them. This is one of my favorites because it starts to shift the negative self-talk, okay? So it starts to shift what's going on in there, that message that's telling you no. You can begin to rewire it with a yes. Now, before I move on and step into the belief bridge, I also want to point out that if you are a middle-aged woman, we do have extra beliefs that come from our culture that we need to work on, that are special to our generation. Okay, it's not necessarily being middle-aged, it's being a Gen X baby boomer, because we receive messages that we need to work on. So I definitely recommend you check out this video, this one I just did, and you can check that out and learn all about the things that might be holding you back, specifically as a middle-aged Gen X baby boomer, early millennial woman. So the belief bridge. Think of a belief as something you've told yourself so much, there's a file in there and it's affecting you, okay? I'm too old. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough support. And it's something that got lodged in there. That message plays like a record in the background without you even being aware of it, okay? You know a belief, especially a limiting one, by its hallmark, yeah, but. So whenever I'm talking to a client and I say, well, how about you start tomorrow? Well, I could. Yeah, but I don't have the time. Do you see what I'm saying? And when you say that or kind of feel that the shields go up, it's like, oh, no, I can't. I want you to stop and say, oh, what was that? What do I think? And is that a limiting belief? And here's the thing. You can convince yourself it's a reality. Well, I really don't have enough money. Well, I really don't have enough time. But again, like I said earlier, there's always something you can do. And I also want you to realize your belief came first. Okay? So the belief that you didn't have enough money, didn't have enough time, created a life where you didn't have enough money and didn't have enough time. And the only way you can begin to counter that is by changing the message. So what we want to do is create a counter affirmation that helps us begin to rewire that thought. So what is it you do want? Here's the challenge. You can't just do, well, sometimes you can. Let me rephrase. If you're creating a statement that feels too big, it won't help you rewire the brain because you won't even connect to it. So for example, if you're thinking, I'm too old to start over, and you switch it to, it's never too late for me, my second act is my best act. And you're like, yeah, no, it's not. You don't believe it at all. It's not going to help. You have to actually feel a statement in your body. Like you have to go, yeah, that's it, in order for it to rewire your brain. Okay? So if you're saying it and going, then it sort of stops at your mouth. You want to actually have it resonate in your body and feel it. This is where a belief bridge comes in. So what you want to do is find statements, if you have where you are right now, I'm too old to start over, and then where you want to be is, man, this is my best act yet. I'm so excited, and this doesn't feel right. We're going to find in-between statements that get us closer and closer. So we find one that we do believe that's part way. Then you find another one and another one until this one resonates, meaning when you say it, you go, yeah, that feels good. Now, I do want to say that sometimes that statement does feel good right away, in which case, awesome, go for it. But if it's not resonating with you, we need to find the in-betweens. So for example, with the I'm too old to start over, you could say, some women have reinvented themselves at my age. Because you know what? That's true. Some women have. So you can sit with that and go, yeah, some women have reinvented themselves at my age. Some women have done that, right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that feels good. And then maybe you can say, if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. Like maybe I can do that. So you're moving along the bridge. And then you can say, I'm already making small shifts that prove it's possible. I've already started. I'm starting to make those shifts. I think I can do this. And then you can say, I'm becoming the kind of woman who creates the next chapter with power. I'm becoming this woman. And then you can say, finally, it's never too late for me. My second act is my best act, right? So here's the thing. You might need 2 steps. You might need 17 steps. And what you want to do is, like, I have a worksheet for you. Should have mentioned that earlier. Is down below. No opt-in, no nothing. Just grab it. It's yours. Click. It's a PDF. Print it. I have a sheet that you can follow and to write them down so you can remember, where you are, what you're working on. And, decide how many steps do I need. And then you just sit with each one until it really resonates. That could be 5 minutes or it could be 6 months. Literally. If you've got a belief that is super deep and you're like, oh my God, this is so far away. Although if it takes you 6 months of this statement, I would say you need an easier one, right? You need to sit with it until it becomes a part of you so that next one feels like an easy step. Here's the second piece to this is you want to do your affirmations in a stand tall position. And I have a video, I will link it below. It's just on my channel, so you can go find it, on how to stand tall. So this is a way of really embracing what you're saying, making it physical, visceral. You want to bring it into your body and be like, yeah, I got this. And to say your affirmations in front of a mirror, looking in your eyes, or window looking way off into the distance. You can bring your arms up overhead to get even stronger. I actually have another podcast episode on 5 tips for powering up your affirmations. I will link to it below. You can go check that out if you want a little more information. But you're going to use these as affirmations, okay? And you're going to hold on to this statement. So whenever you feel the message coming up, the yeah, but coming up, you're going to stop yourself and say your new statement. No, I don't believe that anymore. This is what I believe. This is where I'm going. And having that visual in your head of a bridge is so powerful. It's like, I am walking over this bridge. I'm getting there. Okay, let me share another example with you so you can get a better idea of where we're going. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? Do you know it's totally free? And it's just a really nice way of supporting my channel for free. So if you could subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and comment, that would be fantastic. Thanks so much. Let's get back to our topic. So let's do another one that many of us have. Imagine your current belief is, I can't lose weight. And your desired belief is, I can feel strong, energized, and at home in my body. I like that one. Whatever yours might be, let's just start with this one. So what would some of the in-between steps look like? Well, maybe the next one could be, some women in midlife have released weight and gained energy, because they have, right? You're like, yeah, I guess that's true. I can sit with that. That works. If they can do it, maybe I can too. Maybe, right? Maybe it's like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to feel stronger. Next could be, I've already made small changes and I know my body will respond. And then maybe I know I can take the actions I need so my body is energized, right? Do you see where we're going? We're like bit by bit by bit by bit, getting closer and closer to that final desired outcome. So how do you apply this? Well, definitely grab the worksheet I have for you, get it printed out. And the first thing you want to do is get clear on what the belief is, or as clear as you can. Sometimes it's buried so deeply inside your subconscious, you're not exactly sure. So you just have to get close. There's an eagle flying above. That is so cool. Sorry. It's a good tangent though. So getting clear in your belief, noting what it is you want. What is it you want? Like if you don't have enough money, it's like, boy, I have a belief in there that says I can't have enough money. I don't know what it is. I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. Maybe it's a message you heard when you were younger. Who knows? But start there, okay? And then get clear on what you want. What is the statement you want? Now make sure these statements are said present tense in the first person. If it's money, I am financially solid. I have a financial foundation. I have $1 million in the bank. I am, making lots of money every month, like whatever it is for you, but say in the first person present, and you're going to say, yeah, no, I'm not, right? And that's okay. This is where we start. And then start to do, step 3 is to brainstorm the middle steps that feel possible, right? Slowly, bit by bit, step by step. And sometimes I have found with clients, we really only can get here and they have to sit with that. And then when that gets comfortable, then we can figure out the next one. So if that feels right for you, then you can go ahead and do that as well. Then step 4 is you want to say your statement, like I said earlier, regularly. Okay, have a timer that goes off on your phone with the statement on that timer so you can just read it and say, yes, I am whatever it is, right? I can do this. Other people have done this. Whatever your statement is, say it regularly, like 7 times a day. And I recommend saying it 3 times each time in your stand tall position and really resonating with that, like feeling it in your body. When you feel comfortable with it, you can go to the next one. Okay, so that is the belief bridge. Now, I will also share that another benefit of this is our minds seek out evidence. Okay, it's called confirmation bias, which sometimes can be a negative thing, but in this case, it can be very positive because as you start to say the statement and it starts to really resonate, you're going to find evidence in the world that it's true. And unfortunately, the same was true for here, right? Like we can prove that this is true, right? So as you move across the bridge, you start to find more and more signs that you are, you're going in the right direction, right? Like it's like, no, that's true. I can see this. Now, the beauty of this with manifesting is the more aligned you become with that positive statement, the more things come into your life, right? So here we're blocking, here we're open and receiving, which is so amazing. So I look forward to hearing how things begin to unfold for you and how you see the shifts that are happening. Your future is waiting on the other side of your bridge. Now, I definitely recommend checking out the Manifesting Map video next. Okay, it's going to talk about a whole bunch of things that are specific to midlife women. So if you are Gen X or baby boomer or early millennial, definitely check out that video because I talk a lot about societal norms, things that we've been taught that may be beliefs that are holding you back. So it's a good place to get started to find some of the beliefs that we're talking about that you can uncover and clear out with the belief bridge. So I also want to add that this is something fun to do with a friend, someone you trust, someone who's also working on things in their life, because it helps to bounce ideas off of people, and someone who maybe even has a better idea, maybe knows you better than you know yourself. That is often the case. So feel free to share this with friends, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know whatever it is that you are ready to release. I would love to hear it. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you in the next episode.